Hello, Internet. Welcome back to Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. In the last episode, we beat the game. We got to the full actual ending, but there was some unfinished business left in the hotel. We're currently at 94.1 truth recovered, but we got to 99 through the ending. So there's only a couple more things to do. Yeah, so we just are going to take this episode. It might be a little montagey, and we're going to go through all of the different things that we have left to do. Basically, it's the remaining shortcuts and the remaining money. We have $6 more to get, and I think 4 more shortcuts, right? Yes, 4 more shortcuts and $6 more. So 10 little things. I think the easiest thing to do is probably to just look at the book of shortcuts and see what stuff we have not solved yet, and then we'll just go and input those answers. I have gone through and taken pictures of these screenshot-wise, just so I can pull them into Microsoft Paint and do our thing. So we're missing this one, we're missing this one, we're missing this one, and we're missing this one. So let's try to do them. So let's go over to Paint and start seeing which of these we can do. I might start with this one because I feel like this is the most, well, I think it's the most obvious one. So let's try it. All right, so we're here. We're on puzzle number 18. We're trying to find the hidden number. And that wording is interesting because there's only so much I can do with this. So my initial thought was that we are spelling out a word, right? So if we rotate it, I wonder if we can start seeing letters. So let's rotate it again. Yeah, like this area was something that I thought looked like a word, but it doesn't really read as anything. This is kind of interesting here, this thing. That almost looks like it says like 58 or 85, I guess, if we turn it. I'm going to undo that just so we look at it objectively. Yeah, that's a 5 for sure. And then we have a 0. It's a weird shape because it could read as a 0, right? That looks like a 50 or a 58. Yeah, I'm flipping it back. Let's rotate it to the right. Okay, so we're back to normal. Now the thing is, I'm trying to rotate it because I feel like we've used the idea that we could look at things upside down in the past, but I don't know if rotating it is gonna help us, or even if that's like part of the puzzle. I can't imagine why wouldn't it, right? But the hidden number, but I'm seeing the shapes of a lot of numbers. So let's try to look at what we see here. So there's definitely a 1 here, right? Then we have a 5 here. That's definitely a 5 shape. We have a lot of 4 type shapes. This is the shape of a 4, but it's flipped. But I guess all of these are too. That's not a 4. But yeah, there's 4 shapes everywhere. So we'll fill that in real quick. All right, what else am I missing? 7s. There's a lot of 7s. A lot of 7s. We have 9. Technically, this could be a 6 or a 9, depending on how we're looking at it. So this is the thing. I don't know how much orientation matters. A lot of 3s also. There's a big 3 right here. You see it, but I'm just going to fill it in. So I see a 1 and a 3 right now. And what are we missing? So 6/9. We don't have an 8. No 8s. 6, 5, 4, 3, and then a 2. Is there any 2? Yeah, look at that. It's right here. So wait, I have almost every number at least partially represented in this image rather than 8. But it's trying to say what's the hidden number, so I don't think the 8 matters necessarily. Gonna fill that back in. The numbers that aren't rotated based on looking at this, actually, is there a 7 shape facing the right direction here? Oh, here's actually a better 4 right here. You know what? No, there isn't a 7 shape facing the right direction. So I have a 1 and a 3 facing the right direction. And there's a lot of different things that could be interpreted as a 1. And also, these two numbers aren't together. So I don't really know if that would count. Because it could be then 13 or 31, and I don't think this game would be as ambiguous as that. Yeah, because if we rotated this any way, so if I rotated it looking at it from this, almost like that puzzle in the catacombs, if I looked at it this way, I'd be seeing different numbers than if I was looking at it from this way or from this way. So because we're looking at it from the bottom, our standard observation direction, the numbers that I am seeing currently are 1 and 3. But there's so many 1s, it makes me think that that's not the hidden number. Is it the fact that the only number I see is a 3? That seems not great because there's 3s everywhere. There's other 3s facing other directions. It's not if this was the only instance of this of a 3 shape, I'd say sure, right? Because let's try to erase as much as we can here. Flip back. Yeah, if that was the only instance of a 3, I'd say, okay, I get the idea that this is the only time we'll see a 3, so it's kind of cool. So it would be like, all right, we're seeing 4 shapes everywhere. We're seeing 7s, 1s, 2s, 5s, but we're only seeing the 1, 3. But I literally see a 3 shape here. It's an E, obviously, as written, but if we flip it upside down, it would be a different thing. Even something like this could be interpreted differently. But that is very clearly a 3 staring at me, but that's not really hidden, but I guess how much can be hidden if you're looking at the answer, right? But there's a 1. There's 1 shapes everywhere. But I just had the thought that don't they write 1s out typically like this, or this, or this? Oh, no, that's not no. But I think they use the the less standard 1 shape, the one that looks more like a 7. I mean, I guess I could try 3. What are some of our other options? Despite other numbers, if we're using the rotation theory, I feel like it has to be a 2-digit number, because otherwise it could be any single digit number that's here. This is promising. I think this is my biggest other thing, right? This 85 thing, or I guess 58 if we flip it 180. 58 or 85, and then 3? That feels weird, but all right. I mean, I guess we'll try. Let's try some numbers and see what we get. I have to figure out where this puzzle is. 18, yes. Okay, so let's try. I actually feel more confident about 58 or 85. So let's try 58. Nope. Now we'll try 85. No. All right, and then for shits and giggles, we'll try 3. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, I actually wasn't expecting that to be the answer. All right, I mean, sure, let's look at it again just from this screen, I guess. Um, that's a weird puzzle. I don't really love that, to be honest, because it's like you could make the argument that there are a bunch of ones. And again, what I was just saying was that if there were no other three shapes, I'd understand it. But because there's another shape that could be interpreted as a three in there, maybe not from this orientation. I guess that's the whole idea, right? Is that they're saying, looking at it how you normally look at this with the book facing the right direction, what's the number you're reading? And it's a three. It's oddly too easy and too obtuse at the same time. I don't know that one. I know I'm not a huge fan of. I'm sorry about that, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. This one is giving me anxiety. This one I feel like I should be able to figure out, but I'll get there. And then what about what's the other one? This one. Okay. Um, this one I don't feel like I need Microsoft Paint as much. I feel like I should just be able to do this. So what I in passing doing this puzzle or attempting this puzzle, I've tried to figure out, is this more of a grid situation where it's like I can read this top to bottom and also left to right, or are they am I going by columns, am I going by rows? There's no indication of what I'm actually looking at here. Um so that is not amazing. Um And my assumption, I think I already tried putting in 4 for both of those numbers, but it would be a stupid answer. The only reason I tried 4 was because both of the shapes are four-sided, but I don't think that that's really a fair guess. Because then the question at the bottom would become, what is 444 minus 444 plus 44? And obviously that is 44. And I believe I tried that and it didn't work. But there has to be some way to recognize how to like identify the numbers. I don't even know. Like a lot of these are based on real life things, right? So angles, time, numbers like of letters within the alphabet, right? That's what all these puzzles are. This one was an angle. Um, this was just like visual. These are visual identity. Same thing here. That's an angle. So like I'm expecting something similar here, but there's nothing. The numbers given don't really give any pattern at all. Um, like how do I devise it? The good thing is it's only the same two numbers. So technically, I wonder if you could do this algebraically. I don't think I could, and we know what happened the last time I tried to do that. Um, what I'm interested in is the top to bottom element of it. I don't know if you're supposed to read it that way, but I'm interested in the idea of it going from the first column goes 1 blank blank 8, the second column goes 0 0 0 1, and then the third column goes blank blank 9 9, and then the fourth column is weird because technically they're all going up or staying the same, and the fourth column is the only one that breaks that pattern. Um, I don't think diagonals are going to do anything with it, so that I'm completely banishing from my mind. But yeah, that fourth column is interesting. 8 to 6. I wonder, is it a pattern thing? Is it how to get to the next step? 0001 doesn't help though. Like if that was supposed to be the clue for the other columns, that doesn't really help, because then that would make me think that the third column, the square is 9, and then the diamond is a lower number than 9, obviously. But then that would break the pattern, because then the square in the first column being 9 would break the pattern on the left. I mean, actually, I could think about it that way. What number would work for all instances, right? That would be the idea. I'm assuming we're going from a low number to a high number. on the first three. So if I did like 1 to 8. Well, 1 to 8 would be, I could get there in 2 steps by doubling, right? So I could do 1 to 2 to 4 to 8. So okay, hold on. Let's see. So if I did that, for example, if I did, no, that doesn't really make sense. Like, why would I do, what's the, there's nothing cluing that. I'm jumping. I don't want to jump too much. I want to be able to get an answer. And I don't know if I feel like the numbers would be, I feel like I'm not reusing 1, 0, 9, 6, or 8 in the blanked out numbers. I could be very wrong about that, but I feel like probably not. So what does that leave me with? That leaves me with 2, 3, 4, 5, or 7, if that was the case, right? If they're blanking every instance of the number in this sequence. I'm thinking about it almost because the bottom, it's weird that the bottom is subtraction and addition, because the thing I'm thinking about right now is like, why wouldn't it just be what is diamond square? Right, like because the locks are up to 99, they could very easily have just said what are the 2-digit numbers that were, what are the 2 symbols represent, but they're not asking that. They're asking for this complicated thing. It's almost an arbitrary step. If you think about it, like, why would I need to do that math problem at the bottom? It doesn't make sense. Because again, the puzzle is the idea of the puzzle is figuring out what the 2 symbols are. So why is it asking us to do another step? It's not really to confirm if we know it, because we will have had to. So my thought is are they cluing minus and plus because that's what we have to do in the actual puzzle, in that 4x4 grid of numbers? So in that case, am I adding or subtracting things within those numbers? Maybe as columns or rows. So if I was to add columns, because I think that's actually stronger. If I was to go from, well, columns doesn't work, because if I was going to add 1 to, if I'm going columns, add 1 blank blank 8 to 0 0 0 1, I would have to, so it would have to be 1 something 9, 8, because 8 plus 1 is 9, obviously. And then what do we do at that second step? There's nothing to get us there. Then the third column to the fourth column would have to be minus 3, right? The third column to the fourth column would have to be minus 3 because we're going from a 9 to a 6 in the third row. And then I can't make that square equal 11. It doesn't make sense. In rows, though, adding or subtracting, that could be the case. Oh, it could be the whole number. It could be a whole number, as in the whole row is one number. It doesn't read like that, but it could be. I'm going to come back to it. I don't really see how I'm supposed to get that. All right, we're going to flip over to this one, I think, because this one scares me. Let's go to this one. Okay, 1, 4, 9, 16. Oh. Okay, that's really funny, because every other time I think I've seen this puzzle, I've read it as 1, 4, 9, 1, 6, or gone from the back. But naturally, my brain, really weirdly, I just read that as 16, and that made immediate sense. And the reason that makes sense is because those numbers are, look at the rest of that sequence: 36, 49, 64, 81, 100. Wow, I can't believe that switch just turned. Yeah, so this is square numbers. So the answer is going to be 2, 5, 25. So, wow, that's so weird. How did I look at this every time and not see that? Yeah. So 1491625364964811100. Okay, puzzle 20. That is 25. Let's go find that puzzle somewhere. I think that's over here. It's tough because even on the maps it doesn't actually say where the puzzle is, or like which puzzle is which shortcut. It just marks which it is this one. No, that's 8. Oh damn. Which one is 20? Oh no, that's the okay. Yeah, I was almost there over there. It's 20 is the one to outside from the room over here in the west wing. And yes, okay. Okay, so let's try 25. Very good. Okay, that one I actually agree with. That one's a good puzzle. All right, that's that one. Hey, Rudy. Good boy. I was looking at some of these achievements that are left in the game, and there is one to pet the dog, so I think I'm just going to do that now. There's so many different animations for this. This is really cool. The attention to detail is unbelievable. We're going to just do this and get the good boy achievement or whatever it's going to be called real quick. Welcome to 2 minutes of this. Actually, you know what I'm also oh, there it is. Tail Wagging Society Prize. I'm realizing that every time we pet him, it actually is contextual to the world. It's not like a canned cutscene. The background of that shot was how I was facing. That's really cool. So the camera comes down and cuts into where we actually are standing. That's amazing. It's so simple, but it feels like it just feels correct. Coat hanger. All right. We have 2 puzzles left. I think period. It's this one, which we just spent a lot of time on, and this one. Both of them scare me, but for different reasons. Let's see what happens with this. I'm going to pull this into Paint, and I think let's take a look. Let's take a look at this in Paint. Okay, so let's just take this at face value. How I'm putting my controller down so I can draw like a human. I need to take every single thing about these 2 symbols on the top into consideration. So, first of all, this is a 4-sided shape. This is a 6-sided shape. This is a 3-sided shape. There are 2 points with 2 triangles filled in. This has no points with triangles, but this does have 2 circles. This does not have circles. This seems ridiculous, but it's there. But this has 1 triangle and has 1 circle. Okay. Now the symbols is really like the key, because that's the thing we're putting in the lock. So obviously this could be any sort of symbol. It just says EH right now. And this doesn't even have these aren't even recognizable letters. So because this says number, these have to be translated into a number. They have to be, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. So I have to be able to get a number from both of the symbols inside. That said, what's what's the best way to do that? To me, I kept seeing if there was a line straight down the middle. I have an idea, but I'm going to continue with my thought. If there was a line straight down the middle and then putting a part on the top, right? So this would be essentially still the same symbol, unfortunately, which breaks my idea, but this would be a 0. And then this one would be a 7, and this would be the same thing. It would be an 8. 87 doesn't really translate for me here, though. So I have to figure out a number that will go with both of these that makes sense, and then how to make a number that makes sense for this too. So what number could I translate from this that creates 62 or something like it? What happens if I combine the top pieces? So if it's something like this, and then that's not a number. Okay. Wow. This is one of those like visual puzzles that has an extra element that I have kind of like no clue. Oh, so let me categorize kind of what I was thinking maybe the shapes, the black shapes have something to do with how I actually draw the number. So maybe the fact that I have 2 triangles here gives a clue onto how to interface with the number that's in here. Right? So, but I don't know how that matters. And then if I have one of each here without a symbol, it doesn't matter. I was going to do like total number of sides, right, within the shape. So this is 4 sides on the outside perimeter, but then this adds 2 sides, or you can count this as its own separate shape. So it would be 4 plus 3 plus 3, which is 10. Or you can do 4 plus 2, which is 6, just total. And then this would be 6 without any inside side. So that would also be 6. This would then be 4. I'm only seeing something because, look, if you look at this, this almost looks like this could combine to be a 6 with a mirror of itself. So, hold on, let me undo that. Oh, let's do... So, see how this shape, if I rotated it, could become a 6? And then this is like a mirror of itself? I don't love that. It's the same thing here, but it's something. This could be a 4, and by that logic, this would be 4, because there would be a side here and then this. But that seems super messy. Not only is my screen messy, but that seems super messy as a solution. I'm going to clear my plate here. Yeah, I just have no idea. I mean, let's get even really more. This is a diamond shape. This is like a ticket shape. This is a triangle. This is really hard to write on this thing. Does it have something to do with the shape that it's in? Not from a geometric like side standpoint, but more of a like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like just how recognition standpoint. I don't think so. So by my logic, this could be either a mirrored 6. Obviously, if you flip it the other way, it could be a mirrored 9. This could also be splitting these symbols apart or joining them, combining them in some way. this looks like if you took the top half of this and the bottom half for this, it would be a 9. And then a 9 would be 99. No, that doesn't work either. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I think it has to be the symbols within themselves, right? So this just seems like this should be a 0 if you take the top and the bottom, and that feels like that should be a 7. This feels like a 7. Or it's a 4 without a line. Oh, mother. Is that it? Is it? Hold on. So standard digital clocks have the readout like this. Is it every line that's not in there? So let's take a look at the first. I'm just going to draw 8 4 times. Okay. So in the first symbol, only this is not seen. In the second symbol, only these two are not seen. Okay, hold on. This everything's seen here, and then we have this. Is it something like that? That doesn't really make sense. That would leave us with C, nothing, top 2, and this. It's 2 C's. I don't know how that represents what we're looking at. Why does that feel close, though? Why does that feel close? They can't be mirrors of each other, because then there's nothing to put in here. That would make sense. But the 8 thing feels right. The digital clock readout thing feels close. I don't know why I feel that way, but I feel like that has something to do with it. Like making this a shape within this. Because the other ideas don't make sense. So if I did a 1, right, like filling in spaces of some sort. Or is it like, what if they layer on top of each other or something like that? No, that doesn't also really make sense, because then this would still be left with a C shape, which is fine. C is cool, but that's not a number. Again, these are supposed to be numbers. Ah, come on. This stupid puzzle. I'm sure I'm going to like this one when I see it, but this one I absolutely just do not see. This feels achievable, which is why it's so annoying. Okay. And I'm trying to decide, because clearly they want us to understand what the difference between the triangle and the circle shapes are, even just like conceptually. Even if I don't even know what the numbers here are, I'm going to have to figure that out. But even if I don't figure that out, they have to do with something, because there's one of each in both of these. Is it like 2 line segments here, 2 line segments here? That's a 4 line segments total missing. This one has 0. So this would be like 20. This would be 22, which is weird. Or 22 or 4. And this would be 0, but then it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would also be 4. Yeah, I don't like that. This is also specifically, triangle is inside the shape, and this one is circle outside the shape. That's the same for both. So these probably have different rules. The triangle one and the circle one definitely have like a different rule to them, but I can't tell you what it is. All right, I'm going to also take a break from this one. I think let's go money hunting, and we'll come back to our shortcuts in a little bit. Okay, so we're back. I think... so I have $2 more left in the prototypes, which for me means I left $1 in the library and I left $1 in the forest one. So I think I'm going to go back to the forest one. That's where I'm headed now. We're going to see where I left $1. Because I don't think I fully like processed that the yeah, look at this. Okay, there's definitely going to be $1 here somewhere. I don't think I processed that there were $12 split between the 3 prototypes. So I think they're going to be 4 per, and I think I had commented on that when we did the, was it the library one or the hallway one? No, I think it was the library one we got 4 in. So I think I have to find 4 in each of these levels. Uh-oh. I was stuck for a second. So I'm just going to walk around and see what I can find. Go down any paths I might not have done before. Let's do... I think let's go down this path over here. There it is. Oh, no. Cool. That's 1. I'm going to turn that one off. And now we go to... where is the other one? Is this one the library one? I think it is, right? So we go up the 2nd floor. And we got to go investigate the hallways again. Okay, so we can go through here? No, yes, yes, no. Oh. Damn it. It's staring at us in the face to get to where we need to go. I'm gonna... Oh, man. All right. Let's work our way around. I have no idea how long this episode's going to end up being. I hope not immensely long, but we are going to finish this episode in this, or finish the game in this episode. Oh, one too early. Okay, it was here. I want a laser eye console. Okay, so this one is a little bit of a mess. I think I'm just trying to think about places I haven't been, and there's a chance that I haven't been to where you see where the 8 one is? I feel like I haven't been there. So I'm gonna... Oh, wait, no, that's the interior of it. It's a little confusing looking at this, but I'm gonna just walk around and see if I can find it. Because again, I feel like I found $4 at the library. I feel like I pretty deeply explored that. I'm gonna walk around this way. Come on. Okay. If I go... I definitely looked there, but let's just do this again. Just in case. Oh, that looked promising. Let's go through 6. Yeah, I definitely did this loop, but let's just try and go this way, because I know I've done this. This is part of the solve path. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's one more in the library that I wasn't expecting. But I won't completely give up on this yet until I've looked everywhere. Okay, that's clear. Okay, now we're in this loop, so let's loop around here a little bit. Okay. Let's go down this path. We definitely should. Did I do this already? No. Okay. Nope. It would just be here. If there was going to be another one, it would just be here. Nope. Yeah, because I think at this point I've explored. I think I've seen everything. I must have. Oh, actually, no, that's not actually a walkable space. I could be wrong, but I think I've done this. So now let's go to the library one on the loft, right? And let me just check this again. Yeah. And then I have one in the red maze, which I have no idea where that possibly is. Yeah, sure. There it is. Okay, this level's a monster. Oh shit. Yeah, there's so much to look at here. Let's just try. Let's see what we can find. Aha! Got it. Very good. Okay, I've done it. That's all the ones in that. Now, we need to run back to the red maze because that's our big, like, uh-oh moment. I don't really know how we could have missed something there, but we're going to definitely check. All right, so let's quickly check downstairs because I feel like there's more likely to be a dollar here. Again, all of my dollars, I think in the red maze, were given to me by a chest. So we're looking for a chest, I think, but we've done this and just, you know, properly solved, I think, all of these puzzles. The thing that worries me is there a screen that has another staircase down that was hidden because that was one of them already. I don't know if they'd use that same idea twice, but it's definitely possible. Yeah, because I'm just not seeing. And now we're in this garbage. That's an open chest for sure. let's look at the maze for a second and see, are there any areas that we wouldn't probably have seen? Probably towards the top of the maze, actually. I should probably just do this. Oh. And now we can't put the plaques back anymore. So now we just have to kind of deal with we have to deal with it. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. So we got to go around. Okay, so I have to go below where I am now. There's an exit here, right? Yep. Come on. I didn't think I'd missed a chest, but I guess I did. And I'm gonna get it right here. Yes! Okay. Properly completed. Oh, and we ran out of caffeine already. Thank you, Red Maze. One cup of coffee did not get us very far. Let's do this again. Now we do this. Just so I can leave through the top and not have to deal with the maze. Right. Alright, that was fair enough. I missed that somehow. Completely. Out we go. Oh, right. I could have talked to her at any... I always forget about that. You could talk to her. Alright. I have $3 left in the... I have $3 and 2 shortcuts. I'm just going to confirm that that's true. $3, 2 shortcuts. And all 3 of them are in the hotel. I might do a little walk around / guide lookup potentially even to see, because there are, honestly, that's a puzzle in itself to see if I can figure out how many dollars I have not gotten based on a guide that has no context. Yeah, this is going to be really tough to try to figure out what $3 in the entire hotel I have not picked up yet. I mean, it's basically just anything I haven't interacted with yet, right? Oh, okay. Well, somehow I didn't ever use the front one? That's interesting. Okay, yeah, there's an achievement for hanging your coat on all the coat hangers. Because of course there is. Alright, cool. Damn it. All right, well that's one of them. That's really obtuse. Yeah, transparently, I'm using a guide now, and it is its own puzzle to try to figure out which ones I have and have not used. 1807, pulling the 1807 book out of the 100 books, there is not something I ever would have done probably. So unless I went through every individual book. So all right, that's one of them. Oh, look at that. All right, that's the second to last one. Oh! Motherfucker. So I interacted with this, but I didn't see the dollar. That's it! We're an American hero. We have all the dollars. Wow, that took way longer than I wanted it to. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's buy all our stuff. Nostalgia figurines. Ooh, Device 6 Man. Shades of Nero for sure. Oop. Let's go back here. Ooh, the very cool sword. from Sayonara Wild Hearts. Unfortunately, a lot of this stuff doesn't have names just because the game is so short and there's not a lot of information about it, but another Elo Milo guy or something like that, I assume. Okay, 3 more. Not so much gotcha as got it anymore. Ooh, Gearwalk Goat Man. 2 more. Ooh. I don't know what that is. It's a house, obviously, but I don't know what that's from. Is that the house from Device 6? I could be wrong about that. I don't think so. It's a cube. We have them. We have the collection. Yeah, Samogo Consumer of the Year Award. I love that all the achievements are actual awards. That's very funny. Very cool. All right, great. Now, we've done our money. We know where we have to go. Okay, so this is the 8, which is the number 1. Well, I guess they're all number 1s, right? But that one's less obviously a number 1, and this one is the one we're going with. So, we were at our last attempt at this. We were at addition and subtraction. That's where we landed. And I don't even know if that's actually a valid solve path, but that's the only thing I have, so I'm just going to run with it. So if we're going with the idea that maybe these are 4-digit numbers that are adding to each other or subtracting, but subtracting seems weird actually now that I think about it. Okay, let's just start with adding. We're going from 0 to 0 to 0 to 1. Oh, actually, that's interesting. Okay, wait, hold on. So if I'm adding them all together, I'm going from the third number, which is something 096, to 819 something. And if we're treating them like 4-digit numbers, that means I'm getting from 9 to this is hard to explain. I'm getting from the third digit of the third row to having a 1 in the hundredths place, which is a lot. That's a big jump. That means I'm adding 100. Or I have something rolling over. And it's the same number. Oh, wait, it's the same number for the squares and the diamonds, obviously. So I'm adding something on the first number to get to the tens place. Is there a way to figure that out? If I have 96 on the third, and then I add something, is it the same difference between each number? Going from the second number to the third number, would it be the same amount? Well, clearly not, because if no, maybe it could actually. No, it couldn't. It couldn't be the same amount per number, because then if I was going from the third to the fourth with a 1 in the hundredths place, but the 9 doesn't change, that means it changes by at least 100, and then that means it's not changing by the same amount per. So if that's the correct way to think about this, then they're changing intervals too, which is annoying. My mind went back to 2 and 4 because of 1, 2, 4, 8, especially because we just had that puzzle with the doubles, right? We just had this one with the squares. It made me think about this. If I did 2 and 4 to fill in on the left column, so 1, 2, 4, 8, what would that mean for the rest of it? It would mean 0001. So if we read them as numbers, it'd be 1024. Then it'd be 2048, 4096, and 8192, which is just doubling every time. Yeah, right? If I did 1024, 2048, 4096, 8192. Yeah. That took way too long to get there. I don't like this one at all. But hey, we're here. I think that's it. So what is 442 minus 424? Oh God. Okay, hold on. It's just keeping the symbols in my head. So what is 442 minus 424? That's 18 plus 24. 42. Of course it's 42. The answer to life is 42. Oh shit, are you kidding? I was at 44 before. That was the last one I tried. Oh my God. Alright, well, that sucks, but that is what it is. We just have the dreaded final shortcut. Let's do it. EH, I think, is garbage. It looks like 2 letters, but it's not a letter. It's a number. It's going to be one of 10 digits for each of these symbols, for sure, right? 1, 0, 2, 3. I can't believe I'm writing out all of the digits like I'm a kindergartner. Combining them or flipping them in some way, what does that do? And how would I signal that with the triangle? If this flipped on top of each other, this would be this, which is CU, which is useless. If this flipped on top of each other, it would be that, which is also useless. I thought I really had it with the missing sides thing, but there's not really a great way to understand how that would help me get to a solution. All right, I had to officially look it up. I could not understand how this works, and looking it up, I feel fine because I don't think I would have ever in my life figured out, without basically blindly guessing, what to do here. Basically, this is a quick hint from shout out to Game Rant. The idea is that these symbols indicate this line, which is technically the thing that's changing, which is kind of what we were getting onto, but it was indicating where this line is going. So currently these shapes are apparently indicating that this line is on this side, on the second symbol, and these shapes are indicating that the line is here. Now, with the top or bottom, it's saying that the default of this shape is this, and the default of this shape is this. This is saying that if the top shape is triangle, it starts on this side, and if the bottom shape is circle, it's this. So the answer would be 64. I really hate that. I mean, not only because I couldn't get it, but just because it doesn't really make any goddamn sense. It needs more examples. I think it would have needed 2 more symbols for me to ever have gotten that. Because as written, it just looks like an incomplete 64. Now looking at it without the answer, it just doesn't make sense. It could be so many numbers. And again, as we've said, like, you can make every number on the 8-scale digital clock readout. So this could have been anything. I could have said, oh, I'm going to take those 2 out and put them over here. If that's the answer to the puzzle, I really don't like that. 64. So that moves over, and then this moves over. It's like I don't know. That really doesn't work. But hey, we'll try it and open up the door and see what works. All right. Yeah, all right. I don't feel like I earned that. Essie Bolt's Genius Award. I'm okay with that being one of the only truly bad puzzles in this entire game. There have to be a couple, and I'm glad that I saved them to the end and I didn't need to worry about it. This one is not good. Let's go through these because I really did. I liked most of these. Some of these were just blank easy. Like this one was easy. I like this one a lot. Pretty good, easy, decently easy. I like that one. This one took me a while, but I finally got there. This one was great. Bad, pretty good, really good. This one was the strobogrammatic one. That was fine. It was basically just information repetition. This one was actually really good. We did this one really early, and I really liked that one. This one was fun, gimmicky. This was also kind of an interesting, different one. Cool, bad, fine. I accept the solution of this puzzle. I accept it. This one also, this was the one that killed me with math, but I'm cool with it. And this one I should have seen earlier, but I didn't. Also a good puzzle. So yeah, I mean, overall, like, pretty good. Now, is there anything else on my mental notes? No. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do then. We're going to beat the game again to see that 100% completion, and I'll see you at the end of the game. We've made it with 99.8 truth recovered. This should be the final piece right here. Okay, we are on the 8th square. So this needs to come all the way down. This needs to come over. We go up. This one needs to come down. That needs to come over. Wow, we did it. 100% truth recovered! We got it! That was that achievement. Weird that that's the one that pops the achievement rather than this moment here. Because I feel like this would be it. But I guess it's more celebratory if you do it when you actually solve the last thing rather than just walking. What a great scene. So it's been a couple days since I actually beat the game. And wow, what an amazing ending this game is. I'm going to kind of breeze past this so that way you're not watching this again. I can't believe I never actually, like, thought about Lorelei being the killer. Like, I always, because Nero is set up to be such a psychopath that, like, you're just, you're just assuming that all of this is, like, kind of like he's the fault, it's his fault, and it probably is. I saw a really good theory. It's not even really a theory. It's more like just like a read on the game that this is like what Nero wanted all along. And the act of his death is the art that he was trying to make, which I think is a really cool read on the game. There's obviously nothing correct. These games are very interpretive, but it's this is really good. This is good stuff. Yes! Yes! 100. With an even 19-hour playtime? I'll take that. That's got to be the best screen I have. I'm recording it, and I'm still going to screenshot it. That's, there's no better way to beat it than that. Thank you so much for watching this amazing series. I hope I can follow this up with something that's equally as cool. I put a post up recently on the channel also that for a while probably going to dip down to, I've been doing 2 games at once for the last, since I've started Lorelei. I've basically been doing 2 games at once, and it's a lot for my work schedule right now. I am not a full-time YouTuber, and I'm full-time elsewhere, so I need to spend a lot. I have long working hours, so I need to spend a lot of time doing that. And just so I can make sure I can try to keep up the content, because I really do like having a routine. with something like this. I want to keep the videos up, but I can't do 2 games at once and be editing 2 games at once. So I'll probably stick to a little bit shorter episodes, which is ironic coming from this episode, but I wanted to finish this out strong. So thank you so much for watching. This has been a lot of fun. I hope you like it. I hope anybody who's playing this game in the future comes back to watch this playthrough as another mark on a fun way to re-experience this game for yourself, because it's going to be a little tough to replay this game. Unfortunately, it's one of those games. I'll probably do all the achievements that I didn't get also, but that's off to the side. There's also a speedrunning achievement, which God knows, maybe one day I'll do that. Maybe I'll do it on camera. That sounds like fun. Maybe one day I'll return to the game and we'll try to do it as fast as we possibly can. I don't know, but the world is our oyster, and we'll see what comes up next. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for spending time with me, and we'll see you in the next one.